This is a quick video on my experience ordering and installing these Guyker vintage locking tuners on this 2022 Epiphone inspired by Gibson ES-335. I had been looking for some locking tuners that would be a direct swap for this guitar, meaning I didn't want to do any modifying. I didn't want to have to ream the holes out or do any extra drilling. I was initially looking at Kluson tuners that would be an exact fit for this guitar, but those were super expensive, definitely well over $100. So I went looking for something cheaper and came across this Guyker brand of guitar parts. Guyker parts are made in China, but I'm not exactly sure where the company's headquartered. I've read that they might be out of South Korea, but I'm not sure about that. But the guitar parts are definitely manufactured and shipped from China. These tuners shipped directly to my house from China. It took 2 weeks. And the total price for these was under $40. The Guyker website does a good job of providing the dimensions of their products. I wanted to buy some tuning pegs that would be a easy swap out for the vintage Wilkinson Deluxe tuners that came on this guitar. So by measuring the shaft length and the dimensions, I was able to pick the tuners that would be a direct fit for this guitar. So once I figured out that these tuners were the exact fit for this guitar, I bought them right from the Guyker website. Again, they were less than $40, and I purchased them using PayPal right from their website. So that's great. However, to track the order, the shipping to my house, I had to use this app called Shop. And again, these shipped from China, and I had to use that app to track the order to my house. And then it updated okay, not like you would be able to update on UPS or track your order on FedEx, but it did okay. I kind of knew where it was in the world and when it was going to get here. And again, it took 2 weeks to get to my house. So if you are in a hurry, these aren't the tuners for you. So these came with all the hardware you need to install them on a guitar. They came with bushings and screws and of course the tuner bodies to install on any guitar. However, as it turned out, these again were an exact fit for this guitar. I didn't have to remove my bushings, and I was able to use the same drill holes that were in this guitar. That said, the holes were just a tiny bit off from these tuner bodies. Not like the screws still found the holes, but they were off just a tiny bit. It's something that I'll have to keep an eye on, but they tightened up just fine. The only thing I'd say about the fit is they don't fit flush against the body. The ends of them seem to be higher than the body, and I can slip a thumbnail under the body from the back of the peg head here. That's not a big deal either necessarily. It's something I'll keep an eye on, but I thought it was strange that they don't fit flush against the body. Functionally and in terms of quality, these are better than the Wilkinson Deluxe tuners that came on this guitar. They seem to be more solidly built, nothing wiggles around. The tuners turn more smoothly than the Wilkinsons. And the only problem I had, and it wasn't necessarily a problem, is the high E string. When I tightened, I probably over tightened the locking screw in there, and when I brought the string up to pitch, it broke in the hole. Now I put a new string on there, tightened it up not as tight, and it tuned up just fine. What I'll do eventually when I restring this guitar is I'll pull this screw all the way out and just make sure there's not burrs or sharp edges at the end of the screw. And if so, I'll file that down. But these seem to function just fine. So would I recommend these tuners? I would recommend them. They are very inexpensive. They are, made overseas, made in China. They don't ship fast, but they are of good high quality. They're very functional. They look nice. there's no problem with them necessarily. They're definitely a step up from the Wilkinson tuners that were on this guitar. Now, are they as good as, deluxe Klusons or Grovers or Fender locking tuners? No, they're not. My USA made guitars have those tuners on them, and they're better than these, but these are not bad. And the install was a breeze with these. So I would definitely recommend them. If I have problems with these in the future, I'll post an update, but so far so good. I would recommend these to anyone looking for an inexpensive upgrade to their guitar. So that's it. I hope you found this informative. I know it's a brief video, but I just wanted to share my experience on how long it took me to get these tuners, but also how good a quality they are for the price and how easy it was to install them. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you.